Restaurants around the country are running out of time. An estimated 16,000 permanently closed since March.
Somewhere in America right now, someone is staring at a fast food receipt that says $19 for a burger. Not a restaurant burger, a drive-thru burger, the kind that comes in a paper bag. 15 chains decided that your loyalty was a weakness they could exploit. They raised prices, they shrank portions, they fired the workers who knew your order, and they bet you would keep showing up anyway. Bad bet. Keep a tight grip on your wallet. Let's go. Number 15. Sonic. Sonic quietly shrunk its popcorn chicken and tater tots long before anyone noticed it on the receipt. Sonic operates under Inspire Brands, the same private equity-backed parent controlling Arby's and Jimmy John's. Customers online have compared photos of Sonic combos from 2 years ago against today's noticeably smaller portions. The nuggets used to actually fill the box, one longtime customer told a local news outlet in Oklahoma. You paid the exact same price. The box just quietly got emptier. Sonic has not publicly addressed those portion complaints in any real detail so far. Reduced nugget sizes have shown up across multiple chains this year, but Sonic keeps getting singled out by name. Sonic still runs its famous half-price drink promotions during limited afternoon hours nationwide. That happy hour discount does nothing to explain why the food itself keeps arriving in smaller portions. Drive-in service used to feel like a genuine deal. Now it feels like a smaller deal wearing the same car hop uniform. Sonic operates thousands of locations across the country, meaning a small portion cut compounds into real savings for the company at scale. Scale is exactly why a nickel saved per box turns into millions saved company-wide by the end of the year. Up next, a burger chain famous for smashing patties and apparently smashing customer patience right along with them. Number 14. Jack in the Box. A food reviewer paid $9 for a Jack in the Box Smashburger earlier this year and walked away disappointed. He called the whole experience an exercise in dissatisfaction, and the video quickly spread across social platforms. Jack in the Box is publicly traded, chasing quarterly numbers the same way every chain on this list eventually does. You are paying $9 for a burger that used to cost half that not long ago. The patty did not get better. The bun did not get bigger, only the receipt changed. Quality decline lists compiled by food writers this year place Jack in the Box right alongside Sonic and Whataburger. Once a chain lands on that list, climbing back off it takes more than a clever ad campaign. Jack in the Box has leaned into limited-time menu stunts for years to distract from rising baseline prices. Novelty items generate headlines. They do not lower the price of the actual everyday menu underneath them. Regulars say the drive-thru speed has also slowed noticeably, even as the receipt total keeps climbing steadily. Slower service and higher prices is exactly the combination that pushes loyal customers toward a competitor down the street. A $9 burger needs to earn every single one of those dollars, and reviewers keep saying it simply does not. Coming up, a fried chicken favorite where the marketing budget quietly grew bigger than the actual chicken. If you are learning something here, subscribe now. We cover this stuff every week. Done? Good. Number 13. Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A built its entire reputation on being the one fast food chain people rarely complained about. That reputation is starting to crack under the weight of a much smaller chicken fillet. Consumers this year specifically flagged Chick-fil-A among the chain's shrinking portions while keeping prices exactly the same. The chain blames beef and poultry costs climbing industry-wide, the same excuse every single competitor uses. You grew up trusting Chick-fil-A's portions. That trust is now getting tested one smaller sandwich at a time. It just does not feel as filling anymore, a diner told Chowhound, describing a sandwich they used to order weekly. Loyalty built over decades can erode fast once customers start doing the math on their own combo meal. Chick-fil-A still closes every Sunday, a policy customers respect even while questioning the shrinking sandwich underneath the wrapper. Respecting a company's values does not automatically excuse a smaller chicken breast at the exact same price point. Franchise owners privately admit ingredient costs keep climbing, but corporate rarely explains that math directly to customers. A brand built on hospitality still owes its customers a straight answer instead of a quietly smaller sandwich. Politeness at the counter does not make up for a chicken breast that keeps shrinking behind the same friendly smile. Just ahead, the chain that charges $21 for a burger and somehow still sells out daily. Number 12. Five Guys. A Five Guys burger combo now averages close to $21 once you add fries and a drink. The chain has zero value menu, zero combo discounts, and zero interest in competing on price at all. For $32, I can get takeout from numerous places and still have leftovers, one Reddit user wrote. You get free toppings and genuinely large portions. You also get a receipt that stings every single visit. Five Guys frequently ranks as either the most or second most expensive fast food chain in the entire country. Loyal fans keep coming back anyway, though even some admit they now visit only once a year. Once a treat-yourself burger starts feeling like a luxury purchase, the value conversation changes for everyone involved. Five Guys has no formal loyalty program either, unlike nearly every competitor chasing repeat customers with points and rewards. The company insists the free toppings alone justify the total, even as fry portions quietly seem to shrink too. You are paying restaurant prices for counter service, and the counter service does not include a printed check or a tip line. Free peanuts by the door do not offset a burger combo that costs more than a sit-down lunch elsewhere. Charm only goes so far once the total on the screen makes a customer visibly wince before tapping pay. Next up, the sandwich chain a private equity firm bought and immediately started squeezing. Number 11. Jimmy John's. Jimmy John's raised its prices 62% between 2014 and 2024, according to industry pricing data. An 8-inch club tuna sandwich climbed from $5.75 to over $9 in that same stretch. Jimmy John's sits inside Inspire Brands, a private equity-backed portfolio also holding Arby's, Sonic, and Baskin-Robbins. You used to grab a freaky fast sandwich without thinking twice about the cost. Now you check the app for a coupon first every single time before committing to lunch. Private equity ownership rewards fast, aggressive pricing moves, not the slow trust building that turns customers into regulars. Jimmy John's has not publicly explained why costs rose so much faster than the actual sandwich did. Private equity firms typically hold a company for a handful of years before selling it off entirely. That short ownership window rewards squeezing every possible dollar out right now, not building slow, sustainable customer trust. Delivery fees stacked on top of those higher menu prices push the real total even further past what regulars remember paying. A freaky fast sandwich should not require checking 3 separate coupon codes just to reach a fair total. Speed was the entire brand promise. Nobody remembers signing up to also chase down a discount every single time. Coming up, the chicken chain that hiked prices 86% and then leaned hard into nostalgia marketing to distract you. Number 10. Popeyes. Popeyes raised its prices 86% between 2014 and 2024, the steepest jump of any major chicken chain. A 2-piece chicken combo climbed from $6.49 to $11.39 in that window. Popeyes sits under Restaurant Brands International, the same parent company running Burger King and Tim Hortons. You remember when Popeyes felt like an affordable treat? That memory is now nearly a decade out of date. Restaurant Brands International answers to shareholders first, and shareholders rarely ask for smaller price increases. An 86% jump does not happen by accident. It happens because a company decided customers would tolerate it. So far, they mostly have. Restaurant Brands International also owns Tim Hortons and Firehouse Subs, spreading the same pricing philosophy across 4 separate brands at once. Fried chicken used to be the affordable splurge on a tight week. Popeyes decided that splurge could quietly cost more every single year. A single combo increase feels small in isolation. Multiplied across millions of orders nationwide, it becomes serious quarterly revenue. That revenue lands on a shareholder report. It never lands back in the customer's pocket where it started. Number 9. Subway. Subway's standard foot-long sandwich now costs $9.29 at many locations nationwide. Subway is owned by Roark Capital, a private equity firm that also controls Arby's, Sonic, and Jimmy John's through Inspire Brands. Customers say ingredient quality has quietly declined even as the price of that same sandwich keeps climbing. You remember the $5 foot-long jingle. Subway clearly does not want you remembering it anymore. Subway seems to be falling off the radar, one food writer noted, citing declining ingredient quality nationwide. Roark Capital's ownership model rewards squeezing existing locations rather than winning customers back with genuine value. Subway has not announced any plan to return to its cheaper, more consistent glory days. The chain has also closed hundreds of underperforming locations nationwide as foot traffic keeps declining year over year. Fewer stores paired with higher prices is not a recovery plan. It is simply a smaller version of the same complaint. Franchisees caught in the middle absorb rising ingredient costs while corporate collects the same royalty percentage regardless. Roark Capital's broader portfolio spans dozens of restaurant brands, meaning the exact same pricing strategy quietly repeats itself across the industry. That pattern is not a coincidence. It is simply what happens when the same ownership group runs multiple chains at once. Just ahead, the burger chain that mocked a rival's price hike while quietly raising its own. Number 8. Burger King. When Wendy's got dragged online for a pricing controversy, Burger King jumped in with a smug marketing email. "Surge pricing? Not at Burger King," the subject line read, offering a free Whopper with a small purchase. Burger King sits under Restaurant Brands International, the exact same parent squeezing extra dollars out of Popeyes customers. You laughed at the clever jab. Meanwhile, Burger King's own menu prices kept climbing right alongside everyone else's. Mocking a competitor's greed does not make your own quiet price increases disappear from the receipt. Restaurant Brands International posted strong profits the same year. Customers everywhere complained about drive-thru sticker shock. The Whopper. You remember as a value meal now regularly crosses into double-digit pricing at plenty of locations. Restaurant Brands International framed the Whopper promotion as generosity, even while quietly raising baseline prices the very same quarter. You cannot mock a rival's greed in a press release while running the exact same playbook one menu board over. Marketing teams win headlines. Finance teams still set the actual price you pay at the register. A free Whopper promotion generates goodwill for exactly one visit. The higher baseline price applies to every visit after that. Restaurant Brands International knows the math works out in its favor regardless of which burger chain wins the online joke. Coming up, the chicken chain betting nostalgia alone can distract you from paying $30 for dinner. Number 7. KFC leaned hard into 1990s nostalgia marketing this year, bringing back old menu items and Colonel-themed campaigns. None of that nostalgia lowered the actual price tag waiting at the register. At one Virginia location, a 3-piece tenders combo climbed from $9.79 to over $10 in a single year. KFC sits under Yum! Brands, the same publicly traded parent controlling Taco Bell and Pizza Hut. They aren't trying to get the younger crowd or low-income customers through the door, one Redditor wrote bluntly. That same Redditor added KFC would rather charge $30 for an 8-piece meal than actually compete on price. You grew up on the Colonel's chicken. The Colonel apparently grew up on quarterly earnings calls instead. KFC's new saucy restaurant concept launched with lower prices, proving the chain can charge less when it actually wants to. That concept exists in barely a dozen locations, while the regular higher-priced menu keeps running everywhere else nationwide. Nostalgia sells nicely on camera. It does not explain why a family bucket now costs what a sit-down dinner used to. Yum! Brands reports strong earnings nearly every quarter. Even in the exact same year, customers complain loudest about chicken prices. Strong earnings and angry customers can both be true simultaneously, right up until the angry customers finally stop ordering. Just ahead, the taco chain that renamed its value menu Lux and somehow made things more expensive. Number 6. Taco Bell. Taco Bell rolled out a brand new Luxe Value menu earlier this year, promising affordability with a fancier name attached. Customers quickly noticed a single-person order can still climb close to $20 once taxes and add-ons land. Taco Bell sits under Yum! Brands, answering to shareholders the exact same way its sister chain KFC does. Taco Bell took a legitimately great and affordable fast food chain and turned it into a menu full of carnival food, one customer wrote online. You used to feed a whole carload of friends on spare change at Taco Bell. That era is over, replaced by bloated combo pricing dressed up in trendy new packaging and flashier names. Slapping the word value onto a menu does not automatically make the menu valuable again. Taco Bell also leaned hard into limited time items this year, from bold new sauces to novelty snack packaging. Flashy packaging photographs well online. It does not explain why a single order can still cost close to $20. Yum! Brands reported strong quarterly profit. The same period customers complained loudest about Taco Bell's climbing prices. Renaming a menu does not lower a receipt. It just gives the receipt a friendlier font to hide behind. Loyal customers can spot a rebrand from a mile away, especially when the actual total barely budges after the new name lands. If a fast food chain renaming its menu instead of lowering its prices does not surprise you anymore, hit that like button right now. Number 5. Wendy's. In February of 2024, Wendy's announced plans to test dynamic pricing on new digital menu boards. Media outlets and customers immediately translated that into one word: surge pricing, Uber style, at the drive-thru. Senator Elizabeth Warren called it out directly. It's price gouging, plain and simple, and American families have had enough, she posted publicly. Wendy's backtracked within days, insisting it never intended to raise prices during busy hours specifically. You do not announce a controversial pricing test 9 months early unless you are testing how much backlash shareholders can absorb. Wendy's investors stayed calm through the entire controversy. Wendy's customers did not. A medium. Frosty climbed from $3.29 to $3.69 this year, regardless of the apology. One former fan online now simply calls the chain Spendy's instead of Wendy's, and the nickname is spreading fast. Wendy's later clarified it would never raise prices specifically during its busiest hours of the day. That clarification did nothing to lower the baseline prices that had already climbed across the entire regular menu. The word surge left the marketing vocabulary. The higher prices attached to that same conversation quietly stayed exactly where they were. Wendy's investors barely reacted through the entire controversy, which tells you exactly whose opinion the company actually values most. Trust, once shaken by a single earnings call, does not fully repair itself with one blog post clarification. Just ahead, the sandwich chain whose caffeinated lemonade ended up costing more than money alone. Number 4. Panera. Panera introduced its charged lemonade in April of 2022, marketing it as clean caffeine, powered by guarana. A large cup actually contained up to 390 milligrams of caffeine, more than most energy drinks on the market. Sarah Katz, a 21-year-old university student with a known heart condition, drank one in September of 2022 and later died. Panera quietly settled all 4 wrongful death lawsuits by July of 2025, with terms never disclosed publicly. Panera's parent company, JAB Holding, faced real investor scrutiny over the legal exposure those lawsuits created. You trusted a lemonade label. That label did not warn you it carried more caffeine than a strong energy drink. Panera discontinued the drink in May of 2024, calling it part of a routine menu transformation. A menu transformation does not usually follow 2 deaths and years of hidden caffeine content. Court filings later revealed a large cup contained more caffeine than a Red Bull or Monster energy drink, sold right next to regular lemonade. Panera denied any wrongdoing throughout the entire litigation, even while quietly settling every single case out of public view. Confidential settlements let a company move on without ever publicly explaining what it actually knew or exactly when it knew it. Panera still sells caffeinated drinks today. The label warnings only exist now because families had to sue for them first. Marketing a stimulant as a clean lemonade should never require a courtroom to force the actual truth onto the label. Drop the fast food receipt that finally made you say enough in the comments below. Number 3. Chipotle. Chipotle spent 2024 denying that its portions had gotten smaller, even as customers filmed proof on their phones. Then, CEO Brian Niccol insisted on an earnings call that the portions have not gotten smaller, directly contradicting thousands of viral videos. A shareholder lawsuit followed, alleging Chipotle misled investors about the entire controversy and its effect on sales. A federal judge dismissed that lawsuit in late 2025, ruling there was no proof of deliberate fraud. The dismissal did not erase the underlying complaints. It just closed one legal door while leaving the actual issue unresolved. Chipotle's stock lost $6.5 billion in value the same week investors reacted to the controversy. You filmed your own burrito being made because online tips claimed it guaranteed a bigger portion. Whether that tip actually worked or not, the fact that customers felt forced to do it says everything. A Wells Fargo analyst review of numerous burrito bowl orders found genuinely inconsistent portions across different locations nationwide. Chipotle's own leadership called generous portions a core brand equity, while simultaneously watching that exact equity erode online. Winning a lawsuit about misleading investors is not the same thing as winning back a customer holding a noticeably lighter burrito bowl. Interim leadership promised consistent and generous portions after the fact, essentially admitting the original complaints were fair all along. An admission dressed up as a promise still counts as an admission, no matter how the press release words it. Keep a tight grip on your wallet, because clearly, somebody at these companies is not keeping one on the scoop size either. Coming up, the coffee chain where the CEO's paycheck alone could cover thousands of employee raises. Number 2. McDonald's. In 1995, a Big Mac cost $1.99. In 2026, that same Big Mac costs $6.72, a 337% increase. A large order of fries climbed from $1.29 to $5.39 over that same stretch. McDonald's CEO Chris Kempczinski went viral this year, sampling the new Big Arch burger on camera, his own face visibly unconvinced. That burger costs between $8 and $13 depending on your location, and customers say it is still not worth it. 2 meals at McDonald's now regularly run $25, according to customers venting online this year. McDonald's is publicly traded, answering to Wall Street analysts long before it answers to anyone standing at the counter. You remember dollar menus. McDonald's remembers shareholder returns. Both of those memories cannot stay true at the exact same time forever. McDonald's prices rose a full 100% between 2014 and 2024 alone, outpacing overall inflation by a wide margin. Franchisees quietly admit corporate pressure to hit margin targets often lands directly on the price displayed at the register. Kempczinski's own unconvinced expression, tasting the Big Arch on camera, became the most honest review the burger ever received. McDonald's still calls itself the affordable choice in every advertisement, even as the actual menu keeps proving that slogan wrong. Nostalgia for the dollar menu is not a strategy. It is a memory the company itself would rather you forgot. Just ahead, the coffee chain paying its CEO more in 1 year than most baristas will ever see in their entire careers combined. Number 1. Starbucks. Starbucks. CEO Brian Niccol could earn more than $100 million in his very first year on the job. Meanwhile, Starbucks Workers United has spent months fighting for a starting wage floor of just $17 an hour. Current starting pay sits at or below $16 an hour across 43 separate states right now. Workers launched an open-ended strike on Red Cup Day in November of 2025, one of Starbucks' busiest sales days of the year. The strike expanded to 95 stores across 65 cities within its very first week alone. Workers United has filed over 100 unfair labor practice charges against the company over the past year. In a year when Starbucks invested so many millions in top executive talent, it has failed to present the baristas who make its company run with a viable economic proposal, barista Fatemeh Al-Hajaboudi said publicly. Starbucks says its total compensation package for baristas is worth $30 an hour once benefits are included. Workers say a benefits calculation does not pay the actual rent due on the first of the month. You tip extra at the counter because you like your barista. Starbucks apparently needs the reminder that you do. One executive's single paycheck could fund raises for thousands of the very people making your coffee every single morning. Starbucks calls its Red Cup Day the strongest sales day in company history, even with dozens of stores actively striking. Foot traffic actually jumped that same day, meaning plenty of customers walked straight past the picket line without stopping. Workers United says the fight is not finished, and negotiations remain stalled over that same $17 wage floor. A trillion-dollar coffee empire arguing over $1 an hour is not a budget problem. It is a values problem. Baristas built the brand loyalty that made Starbucks worth investing in this heavily in the first place. That loyalty deserves more than a benefits brochure and a promise that better pay is still under discussion. 15 chains. 15 decisions to squeeze customers instead of earning their loyalty honestly. Some raised prices, some shrank portions. Some just got caught explaining it badly on an earnings call. A few even mocked each other's greed publicly while quietly practicing the exact same thing internally. Keep a tight grip on your wallet because these companies certainly are not keeping one on their own pricing. Vote with your dollars every single time you walk up to a counter. Click the video on your left to see the fast food value menus actually still worth your money. I'll see you there.